We're on the final chapter of our Swan Gully journey, and the convoy is on the hunt for a final challenge. But not everyone is so sure it's a good idea.
How's he gonna get up that?
Just rock steps that were probably waist height.
You couldn't walk up it. It was that rough, loose boulders everywhere.
The bigger vehicles are not going to get around this. There was a fair drop-off, so you just don't want to make a mistake.
He's not liking that. Come on, big fatty.
I knew the challenge was to get the back wheels to go up. I took go with some berries.
There is absolutely no way an IFS vehicle would get up there.
Last week on Life Off-Road, the show was hijacked by Festa, and with him in charge, the convoy got into all kinds of mischief. But after battling through some tough tracks, I've finally rejoined the convoy, and now we're headed towards one of the most beautiful lookouts here at Swan Gully Park.
How cool is this? From all of those steep, nasty, rocky, ups, downs, rutted climbs, we're now cruising around the top on the scenic rim on this beautiful, nice, easy track, but the scenery is just breathtaking. And out both sides.
Yeah, you definitely feels like you're on top of the world.
Festa, how was your morning without me?
It was peaceful. Very peaceful and very well organised.
Shut up, mother.
Okay, everybody, roll out! Roll out!
Who was your standout helper out of the group? Who was the character who stood up and gave you the best performance?
No, I'm pretty sure I carried everyone by myself. Normally the host that'll go and help someone that's stuck on the hill. I'm not walking up that hill or down that hill. No, we had a good effort. We had a big hill, old Renergy's done a little bit of damage, yeah, did a bit of a smack up, but it was all good.
Now, Festa, what was your favourite part of the tracks you've done so far this morning?
I liked it all, to be honest. There were some good climbs and some big ruts and washouts. That's what makes it fun, you know, challenging your vehicle and your drivability, I guess.
So we're cruising around the top of the ridge, starting a slow descent down, and what we find is this awesome lookout. And what a perfect spot just to take a group photo.
I'm all about lookouts. I think it's an awesome place just to reflect and enjoy the journey and enjoy the fact that you've made it to somewhat the top.
He thinks he's taken back over, but he hasn't.
We all got out, had a bit of a look.
Oh, the cameras came out, snap, snap, snap. We took it all in.
Pulled the cars around, everyone gets out, just perfect, absolutely magic.
We were sort of talking about the day so far and how many things we've come across.
I was cursing you. Well, you told us to go up these tracks. We got onto them, it's like, this is pretty overgrown. I bet no one's been here.
I bought everyone the easiest way I could because that's the only way to get these cars up here.
We're off camber here, we're off camber there, we're almost rolling over. It's like,
but I thought you were the goat. You're talking about hard stuff. Maybe you need to watch the episode to see what we put through. Because you weren't there, you were sitting back at camp. Watch the episode. 7, mate.
I think it's the best view in the park. Everyone was in great spirits, and then we started to then make our way down. Just winding our way down through the hills and then come across a little bit of a climb. I called out to Simon on the UHF and I said, hey Simon, do you mind if I turn around and have a go at this track on the side here? And he said, yeah, absolutely, why, have a go.
So the other side of coming down the hill, don't come down, park up. Jeff's going to put on a bit of a show for us.
Oh, I'm going to try.
Is he going up it?
Yeah, try and get up that, aren't you?
How's he gonna get up that?
It was a track, but it wasn't really a track. We all basically parked our cars in place and we walked into a vantage spot to try and watch the truck go up.
Alrighty, let's go and have a watch, eh?
Next to the track was what I didn't actually think was a track, but pretty much just rock steps that were probably waist height.
You couldn't walk up it. It was that rough. There was boulders, loose boulders everywhere.
That thing is an absolute weapon. 40-inch tyres, short wheelbase.
Watching Whitey drive up that track, he made it look effortless. Like you hear the loud water blip as he climbed up, that was cool.
Incredible. Cool. It makes it look so simple. It climbed up like there was absolutely no dramas whatsoever.
There is absolutely no way an IFS vehicle would get up there. And you hear him over the radio, can I come back down? And so he turns around, does it again, straight back down.
Turning circle on shorty is not the best with the welded rear diff. We spun around, did a bit of a 3, 4, 5-point turn. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult than what it was, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it.
It was great. We watched in awe and packed up our stuff and went home. Pretty much, yeah.
Matt from Renogy, a tough day for you, a little bit of damage on the vehicle.
The vehicle's done quite a few trips though. We've done pretty well to not have too much damage.
Looks like it'll pull out fairly easily though.
I think Festa said he's going to lean on it and bend it back into place for me.
He's got the grunt to do it. Butcher, how's your day been assisting with Big Festa there, the leader?
It's been a tough slog. He's come to me with a few questions when he got stuck in management decisions, but just been there for him, Simon. You know what it's like.
Yeah, thanks so much. Really appreciate you supporting him and just, you know, helping him out there on the ropes. Been a tough time for him. He doesn't cope emotionally too well with that sort of stuff.
Oh, I agree, mate.
The next section of the track was fairly steep, rutted, plenty of wombat holes, come down to a windy section to a switchback.
So Simon found a switchback earlier in the weekend and it was quite obvious to everybody that Simon wanted to film the switchback.
Make sure you film that switchback.
Yeah, we've been talking it all day. all
day, switchback. I don't know if you know Ivecos, they do not turn. They don't like side angles, they don't like turning.
Yeah, you guys should be good with it, but me, I reckon I might have a tight time. We'll see how we go.
I've got full faith in your abilities, Simon.
Thank you, mate. Watch out, I got Jeff backing up into me now, though. Here we go. Let's swing into this. Oh, that's going to be tight.
On the side of the switchback, there was a fair drop off, so you just don't want to make a mistake. And I'm thinking the bigger vehicles are not going to get around this.
It's a really long way down there.
Swing around.
Moves so much, eh?
He's not liking that. Come on, big fatty. Yes. Well, that was a nasty one for me, Festa.
I just watched that, look, 20-point turn.
She's hard work.
In true style, Simon got through there, unscathed, nice neat drive.
Coming down this hill, we're going to hit Festa's switchback. See how it goes. I'm having images of that Austin Powers movie where he gets stuck in the hallway. Johnny Bushwhacker with his turning circle. It might be a similar sight.
How's Tom going?
Tom always goes good. Good driver. Cade, on the other hand, is going to be an issue.
I won't even comment on that one, mate.
There's a bit of chatter on the UHF from other people in the area saying how hard it's raining. So I'm getting a bit worried because it is a little bit rocky, muddy, and I'm not in the mood to slide around everywhere.
Holy hell.
Got a hole in one to go.
Yeah, but he was half hanging off the cliff. You know, if he's done that, then...
I've got to go at least 3 goes. Just don't look over the edge, you'll be fine.
Let's see how we do.
Coming in hot, Johnny, that looks good.
That is not a hole-in-one.
Maybe 2.
In fact, it is.
Nice job, Johnny. Well done.
With Renogy making it down without a care in the world, we have just enough time today to sink our teeth into one final obstacle. And one final chance for Whitey to show us how it's done. And if you're in a shorty GU with 40-inch tyres, it's simply that easy. But how will it be for the rest of us who aren't? Holy jamoly!
Everyone decided to have a go. Johnny and I decided to sit out. We were more than happy just to watch everyone.
Next up, Simon has a crack.
With the 37-inch tyres, I should be able to make it up this climb. However, the Iveco is carrying a bit more weight than Whitey's vehicle.
Simon had to pick a good line of his vehicle and just crawled up.
Too easy.
my turn. The seatbelt held me again where I couldn't see the line. I needed to be a little bit further over there. I was too far to the left. I just hit the rock. Until Simon pointed, she'd move over a bit because I couldn't see out the window. Once I got the front up, I knew the challenge was to get the back wheels to go up. I took over with some berries, like boom. And up I went.
Who needs 40-inch tyres?
Game plan, Shay, is to drive up the hill. I can't be outdone by Tom, so I have a crack and did the exact same thing as Tom. Missed the line, banged the rock.
You missed the ramp.
It's not something you'd look at that you'd normally just go, oh, I'm going to drive that. You would think you wouldn't have a chance. Eventually got to the top. It was good. It was a steep little rocky pinch. Yeah, oi. That was cool. Love the feeling of when you get a hill and you think, I don't want to do it, and then you have a crack because you get peer pressured and you get up there. It's awesome.
You're welcome.
I love it. That's what happens when you got a daughter teasing you.
Simon actually gave us a bit of a hand. He put a couple more rocks on the face.
Feel sweet.
Right hand tyre, straight up that.
We didn't lose momentum, so I just kept it through the whole thing. I haven't broken anything yet.
Well, hate to be that tow bar.
Shit code! Upper!
No, it goes better than Festa.
Got up one on him there, so which is a bit of achievement at the end, so it was good.
You did it.
We did it.
Oi, come back. Turn our GoPro off.
So we lined it up. We got up over the first step pretty easily. It wasn't too bad. We had one little bump at the end where we hit the step. It sounded bad. It sounded hideous.
It always sounds bad.
Sounded shocking,
Yeah.
but no, it was good. They held up. They held up great.
Yeah.
Just a tap.
Just a tap.
Yeah, we made it to the top. We're really excited. It was good.
We've still got one more climb, and Jet's remote-controlled car is testing every possible way to roll backwards.
Recovery!
I tried to go up with my remote control car. Kept falling down because I went up big rocks and then it just collapsed back.
After Jet fixed his remote-controlled car, we started getting ready to head back to camp and repair the damage caused by the day's mayhem. But before we left, Jet was determined to have one more ride in Shorty.
Young Jet was pretty keen to have a ride in Shorty, so Josh jumped out of Shorty and young Jet jumped in, and he had a smile from ear to ear as well. That's all we'll be allowed to do.
Yep.
I only did that because we were at the back, so Simon can't see it.
We're finally back at camp, and I've heard we've got one of my favourites cooking up.
Connie's spring rolls again. We try and bring them on every trip. After a big day on the tracks, it's a good snack before dinner.
Oh, these are those famous spring rolls.
For our friends only. Lucky you're a friend.
How good's that?
Keep your missus away and we'll be fine.
25 of those are mine. They got my name on it.
Delicious.
Beautiful. Yum, 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 yum.
These are absolutely beautiful, made by Connie, and obviously cooked by Festa with lots and lots and lots of love. So, now going to sit and eat them.
So while we're all just relaxing around the fire, Matt from Renergy is busy with some critical damage control to make sure that he can make his drive back to Victoria tomorrow.
Bit of a rough day out on the tracks for the old Ranger. We were very, very high on the right-hand front wheel and came down really hard straight onto here. You can see the impact. And because of that, I believe we hit there and also the front of the right-hand wheel. Our right-hand wheel's pushed back a little bit. I did notice that our adjustment for our bottom arm looked like it had moved a little bit, so we're gonna have a play around with it, see if we can get it straight, at least enough so that we can get it somewhere to have a wheel alignment. I reckon we've got half an hour of daylight left and then we're well and truly toast for the night. So you got one here, and you got one right back there, which is kind of hard to see. But I reckon both of them, as I've hit it, have twisted, and when they twist, that's what aligns that bottom arm. We'll jack it up, get off the ground, see if we can get it to move, hopefully in the way we want. Let's do it.
There's my fist, and it's touching both sides. Go for a walk around the other side. Steering's supposed to be straight, but look at the difference. So that right-hand wheel is about, I'd say, closer to 30 mil back.
So as you can see, as we move this, that arm moves in and out. That's pretty much max adjustment there. So we're gonna leave it there, and then we're gonna do the back one. I think I found the problem, maybe. See this bolt? That's our rear adjustment. We've got two little tabs there that locate it. So when you adjust that, it locates around. Can you see this one here? It's missing the locator on the back. There's no locator, so it's gone. Which means that when I adjust it, there's nothing to locate it. It just spins, just free spins around. I've just done it to the max, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here.
Yeah, no, it's still got to come probably another 10, 15 mil.
I have an idea. It involves a ratchet strap.
It's almost as good as using lasers, really. Yeah, still about, I don't know, 2 or 3 mil.
Yeah. And there we go. It's about as tight as we're going to get it until we get to a shop to do a wheel alignment. I haven't looked at the other side yet, but we're pretty much one hand width. On this side, we're pretty much exactly the same. As long as I can get back to Melbourne, I'm happy. All good.
You're sitting around the fire nice and relaxed, and then all of a sudden this meal pops up in front of you. It's a tray of lasagna and potato salad. It was like sitting in a 5-star restaurant.
How good does that look?
It looks fantastic.
Holy guacamole.
Absolutely fantastic. Spot rotten.
I always think I gain a couple of kilos every time I come out because the food's so good.
We're sorting out the owners of the park with a bead of lasagna. Made in-house by my chefs.
That was awesome. Thank you, Betsy and Shay.
We're eating well tonight. Thank you, Butcher.
Once again, we're all sitting around the campfire, telling a few stories and really starting to relive the last 2 days. It was great. Festa being Festa, decided that he needed to have the last word.
We've had our big weekend at Swan Gully four-wheel drive park. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've got the takeover show. Can you get out? You're in the picture. So, and it's been a really good weekend. We've had a great time, met all the owners. It's been great. Can't wait to come back. Simon, you can say hello to my viewers, mate.
A great diversity of tracks. The new owners are lovely. Well worth coming out here for a look. And just, what are we? An hour from Brisbane, an hour from the Gold Coast.
You can see the city from here. You see it up on the hills, you can see the city. Your missus will love you. Take a look at the views.
Guys, you can vote whatever you think about the new host. Mr. Hanson here.
Yeah. I was going to say fat with a P.
Goodbye, everybody. 4Drive TV, new episodes coming your way. You're now with Festa and watching Life Off-Road. Good luck.
Oh, it's going to be fun. We'll have beers, parties. It's going to be good.
If you want to see where this trip all began, click here to check out episode 1 of this adventure.